Nikola Jokic, the best player in the NBA. His journey began in Serbia, where he grew up playing basketball with his brothers. He was not recruited by any major college teams in the US. He was eventually discovered by the Denver Nuggets and quickly became a key player in the roster. But what is his real story from childhood, the beginning of Jokic's career? Nikola Jokic is from Serbia. He took the NBA by storm with his skills, passing, shooting, just a humble demeanor, just a young kid from Serbia. He showed a natural affinity for basketball from a very young age, even when he was fat. Despite not being able to access top-level coaching or facilities back in Serbia, his passion for basketball never faded. He spent his entire teenage years playing for local teams in Serbia, honing his craft and developing his unique style of play. On top of playing basketball, he also loves horse racing or even competing in amateur in his early life. He played in the Adriatic League, also known as the ABA League of Europe. And this Jokic was not aware of any of this, at least not at first. On scouting Jokic, the Nuggets were quickly impressed with their selection, and they knew they made the right choice after drafting the relatively unknown European player. In an interview, the Nuggets said, "The year after we drafted him, we watched his first pro game. We're all watching it in the same room. We're like, wow, this guy is insane. He's throwing no-look, bounce passes, he's shooting threes, he's operating the post. Shit." We thought he was going to be a pretty good NBA star. But the first glimmer, we weren't sure yet. He might be better than just a pretty good player than what we know now. That was the first time we kind of saw glimmers of a guy that had potential and could be a real showpiece player. As a rookie, Nikola Jokic didn't wow many people outside of Denver. He just averaged 10 points and 7 rebounds per game. Nothing crazy, mainly just average stats for any NBA star. Even with these numbers not being jaw-dropping, he did manage to earn a spot in NBA all-time rookie team. This would be the first of many honors for Nikola Jokic and would earn in his short NBA career. In the fourth season, he earned his first All-Star appearance and he earned a spot on the NBA first team. In the 2020-2021 NBA season would be Jokic's true breakout season. He won the MVP award by averaging 26.4 points, 10.8 rebounds, and 8.3 assists per game, which is unheard of by a center. Remember, he's a center. Then he made history after he joined Oscar Robertson and Russell Westbrook as the only players in NBA history to average more than 26 points and 10 rebounds and 8 assists for an entire season. He also became the first player to do so while shooting better than 52%, as he shot 56.6% from the field. Those are almost Curry numbers, but Curry is better. That's undoubted. Fans started to pay attention to Nikola Jokic, and he even earned a cool nickname, which is the Joker, thanks to his last name sounding similar to that. The very next season, he won another MVP award by averaging 27.1 points, 10.8 rebounds, and 7.9 assists per game, which is even better than the last season. His second MVP, he made history by having the highest regular season player efficiency rating in the NBA, kind of rating that is testing the player's efficiency from all points of the court, which is at 32.85% for Nikola Jokic, which is insanely high for any player, apart from MJ. For any player, there seemed to be nothing Nikola Jokic couldn't do. Well, there was one thing. He couldn't beat the playoffs. He would get the MVP but be knocked out at the playoffs about twice or even more. The farthest the Nuggets had gone with Nikola Jokic was the Western Conference Finals at the 2020 Bubble Playoffs, where they lost 4-1 to the LA Lakers. and Nikola struggled at the time in the series despite averaging 21.8 points, 7.2 rebounds, and 5 assists per game. And in another playoff, he just got better this time. He set numerous records, the most triple doubles in a playoff ever. He joined Jason Kidd as the only players in the league history to record a triple double in the final debut, and he recorded the first 30 points, 20 plus rebounds. 30 plus points, 20 plus rebound, and 10 plus assists in the game in the NBA Finals. Remember, in the NBA Finals, which is usually unheard of except for like superstars who would take over the NBA. Curry, MJ, Kobe, all that. Yeah. On top of this incredible NBA career, he has a stellar performance. I mean, in a lot of the seasons, he had an absolutely amazing time. But that's just more of an introduction to who Jokic is as a star. But who is he as a person? Nikola Jokic was born in the city of Psalms. Who he is as a person, he is family oriented. He loves his family, loves his brothers. Brotherly love between he and his two other brothers. He loves his mother and his father. He loves his people around him. He's a very humble player, and despite being the best in the NBA, if you ask him face to face, he will just say he tries his best, and that is the type of star Nikola Jokic is as a person. But let's go through his NBA career, the latter part of his NBA career. His first NBA championship and finals NBA. On July 1st, 2022, he signed a deal to $264 million for an extension. 30 rebounds and 14 assists in a 122-110 victory over Oklahoma City, surpassing Chamberlain for the most triple doubles at the time by a century 79. On December 25th, he dropped 41 points, 15 rebounds, and 15 assists in a 128-125 overtime win over the Phoenix Suns. He became only the third player in NBA history to record a 40 point, 15 rebound, and 15 assists game, joining Robertson and Harden, another record broken. Now in 2023, February 15th, in the entire NBA history, he continuously breaks more and more records like these without breaking a sweat, to be honest, because of his immense talent and incredible work ethic. He had recorded 8 triple-doubles in February and joined Will Chamberlain as the only center in history to make that. By winning the Western Conference Player of the Month award for February, Nikola Jokic became the first player in the Nuggets franchise history to win the award back-to-back months. Now, in Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals, Nikola Jokic posted a triple-double with 34 points, 21 rebounds, and 14 assists in a victory over the LA Lakers. He tied Westbrook for third place all the time in the playoffs, though, with the 12 triple-doubles. But that's unimportant. What's important, in Game 4, he posted his 14th career playoff triple-double and 8 of the playoffs, breaking Chamberlain's 1967 record. 27 assists, 7 points, 14 assists, and 10 rebounds. That's in Game 1 of the NBA Finals. He went on to make similar scoring records in the other games of the finals. But what's important is in Game 4, he put up 23 points, 12 rebounds, 4 assists. He made 3 steals, 3 blocks, and won Game 4. He also became the first NBA player in history to make 500 points, 250 rebounds, and 150 assists in a single postseason run. Postseason, not in the season. Now, in the final game, in Game 5, he put up 28 points, 16 rebounds, and 4 assists, but also 500 points, 250 rebounds, and 100 assists in the entire single postseason, which is another record broken. And he went on to win the NBA Finals and, became the MVP, which is an insane record to break again, considering his stance in the NBA at the time, which was pure insanity and shook the NBA. Now, in recent times,
winning and that kind of lifestyle.
I agree.
Yeah.
One thing, I don't know if you remember this, I think it was my rookie year, or maybe it was my second year, and I texted you the question. I was like, how do you deal with pressure? Because you, and everyone kind of notices this about you. In the clutch moments, at the end of the games, you always are just like this. No matter what is happening, you always perform under pressure, and you never seem rattled. So I remember I asked you about that, because that was something I just really admired about you. And your answer was I don't know if it's the same now, but your answer then was like, I feel the fear, I feel the pressure, but I just accept it and I deal with it, and I just go do what I need to do. And I prepare, and you said you prepare, so when the moments come, you don't feel like you haven't prepared. Is that kind of the same?
It's actually the same, because I think if you're not scared, if you're not pressured, if you don't feel nervous, I think you didn't choose the right sport, and I think that's a normal thing, and you must have that. I think the most important thing is to, like I said, prepare yourself for that moment. Okay, it's gonna. You think in your head, okay, this play, a crowd, we are playing home, away, we were losing or we were winning. So you need to, like, I put scenarios in my head, like this play, what can happen here. So I'm kind of already live that in my head, you know. So when happen on the floor, of course, sometimes it's different, but kind of that makes you prepare for whatever happens. And I think, but just from the beginning, like pressure and fear, like even now, I think every game, like I have a pressure, I have a fear. The guy on the opposing team is gonna beat me. Yeah. Like I think you must have that, or maybe I'm just different thinking,
No, I agree. I just think you carry yourself in such a way that no one would be able to tell on the outside that you carry pressure, because you just seem so, nonchalant and non-caring, and it lets you play so free. How much time do you think you actually prepare? Is it like when you step foot in the arena, now your mind is on basketball, or is this something, that you carry with you even at home, or like do you separate the two?
I think like my game starts tonight, and ends up after I stretch or after I, like, we are lifting together after. So yeah, like my game doesn't end when it's 0 on the clock. My game ends like when I'm stretching or when I'm driving home. That's when my game ends.
Yeah, whole routine.
But it's not like I'm obsessed with my routine, but I'm kind of trying to not make a big deal of my routine, but still kind of doing it, Yeah. I don't want to say, if I don't lift, something's going to happen, No, I'm going to do it, and I'm trying to kind of cruise through my routine.
Right, and it's not like people sometimes have superstitions.
Yeah, it's not like if I cross the line, or if I need to make 5 in a row, like I don't have that. Like sometimes when I'm shooting in a warm-up, if I miss, I just go to the next spot, and like it's not something that I'm like I need to do this, So I think that helps me to maybe alleviate the pressure, like, because pressure is the game. The routine or warm up doesn't need to be pressure,
Yeah, it's just part of your life.
Yeah, but my game starts probably tonight. Like even now, you kind of start taking, okay, like you have Max Struz, or whoever is your next opponent tomorrow, like, this is what he's gonna do. Run off, not run off, the shooting, not shooting, dribble, like whatever. He's a good in a pocket. For me, he's a good post-up player. I need to box him out. Like you need to. That's how you don't need to, but that's how I'm thinking. Like slowly.
Build up to the actual game.
Yeah, preparing myself to the game, and I love to be prepared. That helps. Maybe actually, that helps me with the pressure too. Like being prepared for the game. Like I'm really good at reading the plays and like knowing what they're gonna run, and that kind of helped me with the pressure.
Because
okay, I know what's gonna happen. It's.
Yeah, this dude will call out plays that we didn't even go through and walk through or anything. He
against the Clippers, you remember? Yeah, Mike stand here, right here.
Bro, I was like, wait, what? I remember that. But man, as far as routine, that was one of my questions, because early on in my career, your routine wasn't the same as it is now. I remember you were way more. I don't know if it wasn't that you didn't care about basketball as much, but it just seemed like you didn't. you just were good, but it didn't seem like you cared as much. You didn't put as much effort into your body. You didn't.
The beginning of my career was, I came here just to make it. Let's say it like that. I came here as the third, fourth option, fifth option in some. So I was just kind of trying to play and to. And I was young. You don't know nothing about it.
Yeah.
Like you think it's just a basketball. Basketball is probably like a 20% of the everything else. It's
right.
like basketball is. I'm gonna say for me right now, basketball is easy.
Yeah.
Basketball is something that you're gonna get tired. You make some nights good, some nights bad. But I think when you learn your routine, like even first, I'm gonna say first 3 years, like you starting to learn more, and then when your routine is kind of, I'm gonna say like my third or fourth year, I was kind of okay. I need to do this. I need to change diet. I need to lose weight. Or maybe I can shoot. Maybe I can
just develop it as time goes.
Develop it through the time.
Yeah. For people that don't know you. You're such a normal and like humble guy. You like to have fun. You like to do normal things. You're not someone who really wants to be famous. That was never your goal in being great. So what would you say is the hardest part about being like a global superstar? Like the pros and the cons of really just being famous?
Yes, I mean, I really don't like this life because at the end of the day, we are just basketball players, so we are just good at what we are doing. But media is something that is around us, and of course we're getting paid because of the media, because of popularity, So, but being famous, I think some people like it, some people don't. When I finish my career, I really wish nobody knows me, and I really wish my kid or kids in the future, who knows, really remember me as a dad, not as a basketball player.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna say that's gonna be my goal in life, and to not have phone. I think that's another big goal of mine. Just to live in the moment, like you said, like being a normal person, like living the moment, like go drink with your buddy, or go have lunch, or go play with the kids, or go drive horses, and nobody's gonna make a big deal of that. Like I feel now, like even if you go if you go outside and do anything, throw up something next to the trash can. Oh, Mike didn't throw this in the trash. Like people are making a big deal of such a small things, and just feel sad whenever you go to the bar, restaurant, some game, people are just taking the phones and out and trying to record you. I think that's really, I'm gonna say, rude.
Yeah.
It's because it's your life. I'm not. No, it's not that I'm showing myself. I'm just who I am.
Living your life. Yeah, you're someone who keeps your private life very private. Like I remember when you did get married. Like I don't even think anybody really knew about it. Like, so when it comes to that, how did you meet your wife, man? And how did you know that she was the one?
So we met. I know her since I was 14, 15.
And so she's from
she lives she lived 5 minutes away from my house, from my home, and we were friends for like couple years, and then she actually came here. The summer that she was supposed to, she came here. That summer, that before that, we kind of started, I'm going to say, dating, and she was playing volleyball in Oklahoma, and we were kind of having a long distance relationship. So how I knew it, to be honest, I didn't knew it, but it just happened to be. And I think, to be honest, everything in my life, I never like expected it. Just whole my life go like slowly, like an uphill, slowly. Like I never had like some to knock on the wood. Like I never had some like a big drops. So it's like slowly uphill.
Yeah. When you talk about that, like when you first got in the NBA and you realized like, okay, I can play with these guys, and then you got on the court. I think Nurkic might have been ahead of you at that time. You say like everything just happened to you. Did you realize when you first started playing how good you could be, or was it something that you just kept working, you kept your routine, and you just got better? Or was it something when you first got on the court, you're like, I think I could be the best player in the league?
I think that's impossible, but I think like maybe one of the questions from earlier, motivation is that kind of don't relax. You know, if you relax, if you start thinking about that, I think you're just gonna like, okay, I'm good. You're gonna stop doing what you're doing, you know. Yes, but when I came here, I was a fifth option. There was like JJ Hickson, Kenneth, Joffrey, and Nurk, and they were all in front of me. And then one year, me and Nurk started to play together. That didn't work well, and I asked to go to the bench just because the team was we didn't win a lot of games, and maybe just to give myself a chance, or to play a position that I'm supposed to play or whatever. So and since this, and then a couple of months after that, I was in the starting unit, and like I said, like it's uphill, slowly uphill the whole life, I'm gonna say.
I think that's crazy. This is another conversation we had. Well, actually, backtrack. I want to ask you this, because this is a conversation that kids in America always have. Even NBA players in America. I don't know if it's the same in Serbia. We always talk about who's the best players. And the big conversation on social media is, who's the best players in the league, who's top 5. But no one ever hears from, I think right now, probably you are the undisputed best player in the world. So excluding yourself, who would you say you think it right now in the league is top 5?
Right now in the league?
Right now in the league. It's tough. There's a lot of talent in the league right now.
I think there is I think there is a lot of talent. I think I'm gonna say Joel, Luka. You gotta put KD and LeBron there. So
yeah.
For the Dallas Mavericks, he recorded a stat line in the game that no other player could actually reach. Well, any player who's not absolutely insane or batshit crazy, by the way. On December 9th, he logged 48 points, 14 rebounds, and 8 assists, and 3 steals in a 1-1 win over the Atlanta Hawks. His final line has also been achieved 4 times in NBA history. One of the instances by Jokic himself in 2022, and Russell Westbrook, and the other was, Larry Bird in 1992. That's an incredible record to break. He also became the only third player in NBA history to go back-to-back games with 45 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists. First two were Elgin Baylor and Will Chamberlain, again back in 1963. Now, finally, the most recent game, January 2nd of 2025, he recorded 23 points, 17 rebounds, and 15 assists, playing 29.31 minutes in a 139-120 win over the Atlanta Hawks. He really hates the Atlanta Hawks. He became the first player in NBA history to record 20-15-15 in less than 13 minutes of playing time, which is absolute insanity. He will go on to, probably win another NBA ring and another 3 or 2 MVPs, and absolutely take over the NBA, securing a spot next to Curry, next to LeBron James, maybe not LeBron James, next to Curry, Giannis, and other superstars in the NBA, maybe even Kevin Durant. The playing style of Nikola Jokic. He's the greatest passer in NBA history, described by some. As a playmaker, he uses his size and field of view to set up his teammates to score. There is no look and unique deliveries. His technique in particular is just a one-handed pass. Playing at a slow, deliberate pace, he often pauses up on receiving the ball to free the floor for defensive mistakes and potential openings. His current and former teammates have stated that They always have to be ready for a pass because you never know with Jokic. And they often hit unprepared players in the face with the ball during practice. In addition to playmaking ability, he's a versatile scorer, like an absolutely insane scorer, capable of effectively finishing in the paint, as well as hitting jump shots from mid-range on a three-point arc. During his first NBA season, he had a shot rate of 0.566 from the field and 0.388 from three-point range. His signature move, the somber shuffle, involves jumping off his right foot before launching a high arching fadeaway. He developed this move during the recovery from the 9th in 2017.
Got better, and you, or was it something when you first got on the court, you're like, I think I could be the best player in the league?
I think that's impossible, but I think, like maybe one of the questions from earlier, motivation is that kind of don't relax. You know, if you relax, if you start thinking about that, I think you're just gonna like, okay, I'm good. You're gonna stop doing what you're doing. You know. Yes, but when I came here, I was a fifth option. There was like JJ Hickson, Kenneth, Joffrey, and Nurk, and they were all in front of me. And then one year, me and Nurk started to play together. That didn't work well, and I asked to go to the bench just because the team was we didn't win a lot of games, and maybe just to give myself a chance, or to play a position that I'm supposed to play or whatever. So and since this, and then a couple of months after that, I was in the starting unit, and like I said, it's uphill, slowly uphill the whole life, I'm gonna say.
I think that's crazy. This is another conversation we had. Well, actually, backtrack. I want to ask you this because this is a conversation that kids in America always have. Even NBA players in America. I don't know if it's the same in Serbia. We always talk about who's the best players. And the big conversation on social media is, who's the best players in the league, who's top 5. But no one ever hears from, I think right now probably you are the undisputed best player in the world. So excluding yourself, who would you say you think it right now in the league is top 5?
Right now in the league?
Right now in the league. It's tough. There's a lot of talent in the league right now.
I think there is I think there is a lot of talent. I think I'm gonna say Joel, Luka. You gotta put KD and LeBron there. So even they're a little bit older, but I think they can still perform.
You still got like Steph. You still got
Steph. I think it's so. The talent, and then you have a Tatum and
Giannis.
It's
you can't really say.
I think it's really impossible to say. I think maybe you like some other player more than some other player, like his game over there. But I think it's really hard to put that top 5 or even top 10. To be honest, I think it's
any given night, guys can kind of float in and out of there. Yeah. I agree. One thing that makes our team so special is your ability to be able to figure out defenses. So if they double, from here, we always talk about it in walkthroughs, this is what we're doing. Or if they double from somewhere else, this is what we're doing. So one of the reasons we won a championship was your ability and our ability as a team to kind of figure out different team strategies. And we pretty much have come up with a plan for every strategy.
We had answers for everything.
Yeah. Who do you think then gives you personally the biggest challenge, like defensively?
I think when that was the bubble, right? When they had 3-4 big guys.
Oh yeah, the Lakers, AD.
Yeah,
Dwight.
They had like AD, Joel.
Oh yeah, that was tough.
Because it's.
They could put a big guy on you, but they have another big guy.
Yeah, that kind of it's like what Minnesota did us. They when they put Towns and Rudy was like kind of behind him. I think those kind of situations that. But I think like my game whatever style, whatever it is, it's so like I don't need just post up. Like I can play pick and roll. I can set pick and rolls. Like I can come off the screens. You know, I can just play in the like in an open area. Like I think it's not just one thing that I'm doing on the floor.
I agree, man. So outside of basketball, because everyone knows you for a great basketball player, but you know we're not going to be doing this our whole lives. We probably got 10 years top,
10 years,
5 probably for you.
No, 5, 10. I don't know. So.
Where do you see yourself? I'm gonna say 15, 20 years from now. We've had the conversation before how one of your goals is to not have a phone. You want to live like a normal person. Can you do that in Serbia, or where do you see yourself in how you live in 15 years?
I think after the career is over, I think the whole kind of publicity is gonna gone, and I think I'm gonna figure it out. But how I want to see myself is to be around the family, spending days. Probably my kid right now, one kid, but who knows? Maybe they're gonna play some sport. Maybe they're gonna do something interesting. Follow them a little bit, and spend the rest of the day with the horses. You know, I have a couple horses outside of Serbia, in Italy, in Sweden, in France. Go maybe race. Actually, that's kind of my secret goal, to be a driver, like to have fun. You know, travel the world or Europe and race horses. That sounds fun.
Yeah, that sounds like a good life. I'm the same way. We actually have a team who's not really big into the fame thing. Like there's a lot of guys that aren't really big into social media, and I think that kind of is what makes us all enjoy each other. None of us is trying to so I think that's cool. Besides that, I think my last question for you would be, what is your purpose, you think? Like besides inspiring kids through basketball, I don't know if that's what your purpose is, but you got a family now. What is your purpose, and why do you kind of feel like you're here? Like, why do you think God gave you these talents?
If you remember, when we won the championship, they put a video of the people celebrating at their homes.
Yeah,
I get the goosebumps, crazy. We affect so many people just by playing basketball. So I think it's make people happy, make other people happy. I think that's supposed to be our goal. Like that, when I realized when we won a championship, that I was like, for me, it's like, okay, I felt it more relief than joy, if that makes any sense. And when I saw the video, I was like, oh, we affect so many people, like old, young, kids, parents. Like it was like, this is a big thing, And but at the end of the day, we are just playing basketball. So I think that's why we are on this planet Earth, to make other people happy.
Well, I think that's what makes you special, bro, is like your ability to be like selfless. Like it shows up in all areas of your life. The fact that, on the court, how selfless you are, but also that you feel like your purpose is to make other people happy. The fact that even though you hate media, I hit you and I was like, bro, would you hop on this podcast? And you're like, yeah, bro, anytime, whatever you want. Like, I think that's another thing I admire about you. So I just appreciate you getting on.
Of course, I'm not gonna lie, they made the best questions since I came to the NBA. For real.
Appreciate you, dog. My boy, I appreciate you.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you, appreciate it.
Carries my
Jokic is both as a superstar and as a person. The final conclusion to Nikola Jokic. Nikola Jokic is an absolute superstar. I will continue to dominate over the NBA and continue to be the #1 player until he decides to stop. And as a person, he's a humble guy, family man, loves his brothers, loves his wife, loves his people. And yeah, he's just a simple guy who just wants to play basketball. There's absolutely no wrong about that. And that is Nikola Jokic. The Nikola Jokic experience. Thank you for watching. It's been Nazaro.
Such a badass.
And see you in the next one. Peace.